Hey, this is Brian B. So in this video I'm going to show you how to basically draw a character, a mechanical type of graphics, something like this, and make it look realistic, 3D, and just nice looking, instead of having it look flat and one-dimensional. Okay, so as you can tell, this is, I don't really know what it is, but it's kind of like a drone. It's got it's got the arms. It's kind of organic looking at the same time with the arms, but you can tell it's got that 3D nice characteristic going, and everything is just mapped out, and it pops. It's not like really flat on paper, like one dimensional. Okay, so let's break it down real quickly. So that's the drawing. And the trick here, or the tip here that I'm going to share with you, is when you are going to draw something that is not really cartoonish, or you want to have something pop and look more realistic in 3D. I mean, this is a little fantasy-like, but you can tell that if, we're in the future, this can be something that's created. Okay, anyway. So the trick here is you want to think of your drawing as real. Like, you want to picture the thing in your mind, whatever you're drawing. For example, if this was something in real life, then it would be broken down. Like if I was to take it apart, it would be broken down into just like the head of the drone, like that. It's like a separate part, and you can tell it's got this circle, but it's chopped up in the back, or a sphere, not a circle, a sphere, because a sphere is 3D. It's supposed to be 3D. It's chopped up in the back, comes from the sphere, and then the lens itself is a separate piece. It's a cylinder, right? So instead of thinking this whole thing as like a line drawing, think of it as an actual thing that's in your head. It's three-dimensional, and you have to basically put it together. You have to assemble it piece by piece, each 3D shape by each 3D shape. So you're not just drawing it out as it is, doing the lines, but instead you're thinking, okay, this is the head of it, and it's a sphere. It's supposed to have that sphere looking, and then you do the skeleton, you draw it out, and then you think, okay, the next piece is a cylinder, and it's the lens, and then I gotta draw the cylinder, and how does this piece fit into here? Then you get something like that. And then the arms, something like this, it's another piece of cylinder, instead of just the flat looking, don't think of them as lines, think of them as actual pieces of real objects. So once you start thinking that way and start sketching things out that way, things become a lot more realistic and a lot more 3D, and it pops, and it's a lot more engaging and catching to the eyes, instead of something that's flat and unrealistic looking. Okay, so the arms itself, boom, this is a little bit more organic looking. That's this outline, a quick outline of the arm. It comes from kind of like I don't know how you can describe this, but it's like a 3D object, okay? But then it's basically molded into something that's a little bit more organic, but you can tell it definitely has that 3D characteristic instead of just lines, okay? And the top piece right here, something like this, I don't really know how to describe the shape, but it's something that's 3D, and it's molded into that shape. And then once you have all these shapes in your head, then you want to think, how can I assemble all these three-dimensional shapes together to form something like that? Okay, so I know that's a lot of talking, but the point here, to summarize, is you want to think of each part of this drawing, this design, this graphic, as separate three-dimensional components, and then you want to think in your head how to assemble it together, instead of just thinking it as a line drawing. Okay? I hope you like this video. Make sure to check out my website to get the free Urban Design Crash Course program. In this program, you're going to learn 3 fundamental design skills and a bunch of cool stuff. Alright, so I'll see you there.